Welcome. You have made it to stage 8. Whew. Oh man, what a sigh of relief, is it not? All the pain, all the struggle, all the pressing through, all the heartache, all the frustration, all the joy, all the memories. This is great, because all of this culminates to this last stage. And the last stages leading at a higher level, strategy and oversight. Yes, you've made it. What does that mean? So let me break this down. So we have two. We have our church board and we have our senior leadership team, or the senior pastor, if he's representing the leadership team. Our church board will no longer pick at the weeds. You cannot pick at the weeds. You have to look big picture. You will make sure that the organization is managed well. That's all we have to do. We are that invisible hand, just making sure everything is in place. Those boundaries, safeguards, those parameters, the budgets, whatever it be, that is your job. And here, you are going to bring accountability for the strategy. Are we headed in the right direction? Does our organization structure match our strategy? Yes, okay, then continue on. You will lead at a level where you will now see big picture. You can now see the forest, not just the weeds on the ground. And on this side, we have our senior leadership team, our senior pastor. Where now he can manage the organization. He can manage the church. He has the freedom to do so. The church board just keeps him accountable. How's everything going? How can we assist you? And the pastor or senior pastor or the senior leadership team comes to the church board. This is what we have to say. This is what I have to present. This is what I need from you. This is how I need you to help. This is what I have to offer. Work in conjunction. Come back to the table. So the senior pastor will come in, because this group, the church board, is not there every day. They don't know what's going on. They know what either someone else tells them, some slideshow presents to them, somebody with great oratory skills, a great orator might present to them, or what the pastor or senior leadership team presents to them. So they don't know really the pulse and the health of the organization. They do to some extent, and they usually know that through the finances and so forth, and attendance, and really creating disciples. But it's what the pastor or the senior leadership team presents to them. So when the senior pastor or that leadership team comes to the church board and says, look, we have this organizational structure, it's not working, we need to rearrange it. So then we can cater to the strategy a little better. And the church board, we need to listen. They need to listen. And then it's yay or nay. But if it's not working, then we need to change. Or your strategy, if that's not working, then it might need to change. And it doesn't mean by default your organization structure changes. No. It can mean that there are changes. I'm not saying it's not. But there will be times where your strategy may need to change. So, but you're going to do that together. In the boardroom, on the phone, praying together, fasting together, both. Now the church board leads at a higher level. They can think about the expansions. They could think about the missions. They could think about programs to create within their congregations so that the younger generation will be missionaries in the world and in their jobs, within their careers. And the pastor is going to take the strategy, he's going to take all that information, and he's going to do what he can and what he has to so that he can equip the saints for that to happen. He's going to manage that. And here, they're overseeing. So if you feel yourself getting pulled into the weeds, pray, step back. Remember all the hard work you've been through. Remember all the frustration to get where you are now. Don't just throw it all up in the air. Remember the safeguards, remember the boundaries. When needed, to reconcile. If needed, once in a while, assess, touch, check the pulse. I mean, touch in regards to touch the pulse of the organization. What's going on? Each other, in a sense. How are you doing? How are you not? How can I pray for you? That's leading at a higher level through strategy and oversight. If the church board is not leading at a higher level, then the minister, the pastor, the senior pastor, the senior leadership team will not be able to manage. And if senior pastor, leadership team going beyond their boundaries, it's just going to be a cycle. So work within your parameters. We are the body of Christ, and when needed, revert back, reconcile, evaluate the strategy, the organization structure. But remember, you have been created to lead at a higher level. God bless you. It was a privilege and an honor to guide you through this process, step by step, nugget by nugget, little by little, glory in glory. And farewell. The Lord be with you. May his grace shine upon you.